Live from Sandyport Beach Resort and Hotel, it's Bahamas at Sunrise with your hosts, Jerome Sawyer and Rogan Smith.
Good morning, I'm Jerome Sawyer.
And I'm Rogan Smith. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're here at the Sandyport Beaches and Resort, and I'm too thrilled to have my co-host today, Jerome Sawyer, standing by my side, giving him 2 reasons to wake up in the morning, Sandyport and yours truly, baby. That's right.
Thank you very much, Rogan. I guess you're wondering exactly what we're doing out at Sandyport today, but we've got an exciting show planned for you. Just to give you an idea of some of the things that we're going to be talking about this morning, we're going to be talking to Vernon Moss. He's the general manager of this resort. This, to me, is one of the hidden treasures of not just the Bahamas, but certainly of New Providence. We've got some great insight into what's happening on the property. Also, if you're probably the only person on the island, in the country, who has not heard of Twisted Lime, that's going to change this morning as well. The proprietor is here to tell us all about the fantastic things that happen in that great little corner nestled in Sandyport.
That's right. And it's a heat wave. Well, not the kind you're thinking about, but it's the Heatwave Surf and Swim. And it's an interesting shop out here at Sandyport Resort. And his team is going to be joining us this morning to talk about that and what they have to offer. We'll also be getting right down to business with authorities from the Sandyport Development Company. And they're going to be telling us about an insurer and the development and all that the commercial center has to offer.
And of course, it's never too early or too soon to celebrate. We're celebrating this morning out here. Champagne is here. Yes, I said champagne is here. We're going to be popping the bubbly as we celebrate with Sandyport Resorts and the Ministry of Tourism on being the recipient of the Golden Crown Award, a prestigious award. We're going to tell you all about it, and certainly this resort has a lot to be proud of.
All that ahead, but before we get to that, we're going to check on news with Altaviz Munnings and weather with Godfrey Burnside.
This is ZNS News at Sunrise at the start of another week of news. Good Monday morning, Bahamas. I'm Altaviz Munnings. As always, it's great to see you. Here's what's making news today. Senators meet today to discuss a number of bills that were recently passed in the House of Assembly and are one step closer to becoming law. They include the excise tax, forestry, and tariff acts, and a bill to establish the Bahamas National Geographic Information's data system infrastructure. We encourage you to stay tuned to Parliamentary Channel 40 for live coverage of today's proceedings. Bahamas resort officials expected to travel the Family Island soon to find prospective employees for their billion-dollar resort that's expected to open at the end of the year. Hotel recruiters will be meeting with high school seniors and recent graduates, as well as professionals, to discuss career opportunities, the recruitment process, and the experience of working at Bahamar. Now, potential candidates will also be invited to get an interview during these events, which are scheduled to occur on a monthly basis. Bahamar recruitment officials will visit Abaco March 27th through 29th. And the Bahamas National Spelling Bee is now history. 20 of our brightest students, representing 17 districts nationwide, competed for the opportunity to travel to Washington, D.C. to participate in the Scripps National Spelling Bee. National Spelling Bee coordinators were excited about the event, and they were even more excited about the prizes that the overall winner received. We encourage you to stay tuned to the ZNS News Network for more details on the National Spelling Bee. That's ZNS News at Sunrise. It's time now for a check on the weather at Sunrise with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Alto, and good morning, Bahamas. In your first look at weather at Sunrise, we apologize for our charts this morning, but weather, we do have that high pressure continue to be dominant to the East Sea Islands and to continue eastward and make way for a cold front to move into the extreme northwest Bahamas, Grand Bahama, Abaco, Bimini, late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, continue southeastward across New Providence by the late morning afternoon hours, and that will cause some increasing cloudiness and shower activity over the islands, even some thunderstorm activity in the latter part of the week. In your weather today, we're looking at partly sunny and warm, the chance of a few passing showers, high temperature reaching 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, we're looking at a few patchy clouds on the mild side, low temperature going down to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 84 and 75, in Jamaica 89 and 76, in Trinidad 91 and 74, and the Turks and Caicos Islands 87 and 68. Across North America, Atlanta 59 and 40, In Raleigh, 52 and 35. In Miami, 84 and 69. And Toronto, Canada, 27 and 22. For the weather look, we expect those warm temperatures into Wednesday, with some increasing clouds coming Wednesday into Thursday, Friday, even into Saturday, with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Temperature daytime, like I said, will be in the upper 80s. In the nighttime, lower 70s, but we expect a slight cool down to the latter part of the week, and that puts a wrap on your first look at weather. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to Jerome.
Thanks a lot, Godfrey. Well, at the top of the show, we promised you that we'd be talking with the general manager of the Sandyport Beaches Resort and Hotel, and I'm happy this morning to have Mr. Vernon Moss join me out here on this absolutely beautiful morning in front of this freshwater pool here at Sandyport. I can tell you the view alone is captivating for me. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you, Jerome, and it's good to have you with us.
Now, Sandyport Beaches Resort and Hotel is quite a hidden treasure. Guests must love this location here at the Sandyport Canal.
Oh yeah, they do. It's the hidden gem. We call it the hidden gem of the Bahamas. It's 72 rooms, and we have a lot of locals come by, spend the weekends with us, even also spend the whole week with us and stay right on this property and doesn't go uptown for anything. It's amazing how locals just come and stay the whole week right at Sandyport.
I can see why it is a fantastic getaway. It really is tranquil here. In fact, it feels more like a family island than you're actually in Nassau. You mentioned that you do have a lot of Bahamians stay with you, and I'm sure that must be very appealing for them.
Oh yes, it's number one, you save on airfare going away all the time. So you come here, and all you have to do is bring your groceries, and you spend the whole week.
Saw some of the rooms earlier, or should I say suites, but tell us a little bit about the setup of those rooms.
Okay, we have three types of rooms, Jerome. We have our suites, which is full-size apartment size rooms, full-size kitchens, living rooms, king-size bed, and a jacuzzi. That's our number one selling rooms here at Sandyport. We also have an efficiency, which one queen-size bed, a mini fridge, and a 2-burner cooktop. Then we have the usual hotel bedroom, 2 queen-size beds, and a private bath. The three type of categories we have.
So really you can check in, you can do all your cooking if you like, or you can eat out, but really it has all of those great amenities, isn't it?
All those, and you just decide what you want to do, or do anything at all. Just relax by the pool. We have the beach just 2 minutes away, and enjoy boat.
I noticed too on my walk yesterday, there are lots of hammocks, right outside the room, so you can actually lay outside.
And they're really popular. They're really popular. Yes.
Fantastic. How do you, I guess, keep that family island feel? You know, you're in the middle of the hustle and bustle of the city almost, but how do you keep that family island feel?
Well, one thing, we are small. We're not like the big properties. We're small. We give personal attention to everybody. You know, you come out on the pool deck, your housekeeper calls you by your last name, address you by your last name. And you see a maintenance man, he does the same thing. Because we're small, he knows everybody here. That's why we give that personal attention to you.
For me, when I came, I didn't even realize that, that all of these things exist. I want to know sort of what's the reaction of Bahamians who are coming here for the first time?
Well, the Bahamians, like myself, when I joined the company 14 years ago, I wasn't aware of this also. And a lot of Bahamians, they come at the front desk check-in, then they come here and say, wow, I don't know this was here. Then they see this pool and say, hey, hold on a second, is this the beach? Because of the sand.
Right. Of course, the seagulls bathing.
But it's really a lovely small property, and like Bahamians, they just love it. They just love it.
Now, what strikes me about the property too is you've got the canal view, you've got the pool side, you've got the beach right across there. So you've got sort of different experiences across the property.
Exactly. And our Bahamians, they love the pool area. They love the pool. They come out in the evening times, just sit around and play checkers, cards, and have a good time.
Excellent. Now, if I wanted to find out more information about the resort, where would I go?
Okay, you could visit our website, Sandyport, www.sandyport.com, and all the information is right there for you.
For people who don't know where this is, I don't know, you can live in the Bahamas and not know where Sandyport is.
A lot of people don't. No,
yeah.
That's why we say we're the hidden gem of the Bahamas. But as you come down West Bay Street, you pass the walk-in clinic. It's the first left after you pass the walk-in clinic, and you come in, and it's the first right, and you'll be right into Sandyport Beach Resort.
Can you walk in and make a reservation, or do you have to call or go to the website?
No, you could walk in, call, go on the website, either one, and it works.
What's a typical weekend? Let's say if I wanted to check in, like say on a Friday, you know, through the weekend? What's a typical weekend out here like?
It could be mad. We have a lot of locals. That's when the locals come out. They have a 2-night stay. They come on a Friday night and leave on a Sunday to go to church, and it's great. It's great in the weekends.
Well, I can tell you from the time that we've spent here, it certainly has that family island feel. It has that home touch. It has all of those great things that make a resort like this so wonderful.
Yeah, and we are proud of it. Like I said, it goes back to our size. We give everyone the personal service. The big resorts cannot do that, and I understand that. But we are small, and everyone knows everybody.
Vernon, I know up to this point we've talked a lot about the local guests who come, but I know that you all appeal to international clientele as well. Tell me a little bit about that and how popular it is with.
Oh yeah,
with your
well,
foreign
you know,
guests.
well, being a also vacation club, we have members from around the world, Canada, the U.S., Europe, South America, also, and they here come and they mix with the locals also. But it's a big international market we cater to.
Vernon Moss, I just want to tell you what a great job you all are doing here. This has been a great experience for us so far. Keep up the good work. We want to thank you for stopping by this morning. Good to see you on the show. We're going to check in with you a little later. We've got something very special planned.
Thank you very much, Jerome, and welcome again.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
We'll be back right on the other side of this break.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want first response on your side, call 321st or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First response can't prevent an accident from happening,
But it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
At Henry F. Story Electric Company, we supply all your electric needs for any size project, from residential housing to luxury hotels. We can help you achieve just the right look, from doorbells to chandeliers, table lamps to ceiling fans, wire, conduit, panels, dimmers, switches, plugs, and even tools. And don't forget light bulbs. We have those hard-to-find energy-saving fluorescent bulbs and more. Henry F. Story Electric, number 135 Macklin Street. Over 50 years of reliability, service, and low prices. We also ship to the Family Islands.
When you think of Andros, think of nature at its best.
When you think of Andros, think of colorful places.
When you think of Andros, think of beautiful people taking care of each other and our guests.
Think Andros.
Think bone fishing.
Think Andros. Think diving.
Think Andros. Think people to people.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're here with James Galantis. He's the proprietor of the place that everyone loves, Twisted Lime, and he's starting off his morning with me here at the beaches, the Sandyport Beaches Resort and Hotel. James, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No, not a problem. Welcome. Now, Twisted Lime is a very popular place. Do you think the waterside location has anything to do with that?
It definitely had something to do with it. Sandyport provided us with a great location that's on the water, has great indoor and outdoor dining. We've been blessed to be in Sandyport. They definitely have been taking care of us very well. And our location, I don't think, could be a better spot, you know.
And how long have you been here?
We've been here now about a year and a half, and hopefully for forever. You know?
And how did you come up with the name Twisted Lime?
It kind of came to me after a couple, you know, researching around Australia, the Caribbean, everything, and kind of putting something together that nobody had that concept, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So why do you think people like the restaurant so much? What's the customer feedback been?
Our customers have been great to us. We've done very well in holding those customers. I think we've created a concept that nobody else has tapped into.
So tell us a little bit about your menu, because I've been to Twisted Lime before. You have really great food. I actually enjoyed the sweet potato fries a lot because I love that more than anything. But I just wanted to share with our audience a little bit of your menu, the high points.
High points on the menu. I think we kind of try our best to keep a good range of products. We definitely like to be creative, you know, so different flavors, fusions, certain things that people are kind of not willing to try, but you know, at the same time willing to try. We like to do a lot of tropical flavors, and we take a lot of pride in seasoning our food, you know, so we create everything from scratch. All of our sauces, all of our recipes are made in-house. It took me over 1.5 years to get my flatbread, my pizza dough done, the dough itself, and we've had it on the head, you know.
And what are some of the items that they are reluctant to try, but once they get it, it's like, I'm coming back for this again and again and again?
Well, for me, and personally, I feel that it's the calamari, because we have a pesto-based sauce for the calamari, which, yeah. A lot of people tend to go typical to calamari, and we kind of twisted it up a little bit.
I hear that you have excellent service and some amazing beer. I don't drink. You told me you don't drink, but come on, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, we develop our staff to be courteous and kind to everybody, and we try our best to continue that throughout the Bahamas, because here, you know, there's certain issues that you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, but we take pride in letting our staff understand the importance of service and making the customer feel welcome at all times. And our beer, yeah, I don't drink, but we definitely have a lot of beer, and it's always cold. You should see the electricity bill, it's pretty high. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, you said that you love Sandyport. You couldn't have found a better location.
Nope.
So do you have any plans for expansion?
I do. I won't let the cat out of the bag now. We're in the works with a couple of things, but Sandyport will always be our base.
Okay. And what else do you want us to know about Twisted Lime?
We're open 11 to 2 every single day. We have great variety of menu items. We have great service. We have a golf cart shuttle, probably the only that I've ever seen in any restaurant. So if you don't want to walk to the parking lot, it's only a minute away, we'll take you there. We pick up all the customers that have asked us to come here to the Sandyport Beach Resort, and you know, we'd love to have you.
And so if I don't have time to come and sit in and dine in, can I do takeout?
Of course, yeah.
So you do takeout?
Yeah, we definitely do takeout. Takeout, phone orders, you could email your orders, however you want to go about it, yeah.
Okay, and so give us some of the information. What's the email address? Do you have a website?
Yeah, our website is twistedlimebar.com. Email address is twistedlimebar@gmail.com, and our telephone number is 327-0061.
Absolutely. Yeah. James, thanks so much for taking the time out to talk with us this morning. We'll see you at Twisted Lime. Yes, we're here at the Sandyport Beaches Resort and Hotel. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Don't touch that dial.
The beauty of Bimini is seen all around. The beauty of Bimini turns people into friends.
And friends into family.
It's soothing. It's healing.
The beauty of Bimini keeps our guests coming back.
It's in the faces of our people. It's the people. The people.
The beauty of Bimini is people to people.
So, you still need a reason to pay excise taxes? Okay, how about $20 million? The Treasury loses $20 million each year due to illegal tobacco products. That's money that could have been used to fix roads, build schools, and pay for hospitals, things we all need. So here's how you can do your part. Whenever you buy tobacco products, make sure they have the Bahamas Excise Tobacco stamp on their cartons. That tells you that the excise tax has been paid and the company selling them is registered with the government. If there's no stamp, don't buy it. After all, it's your duty and possibly your health at risk.
Mr. Turner is in a rush for a chance he doesn't want to miss. With over 14 destinations to choose from, you can see why he's so eager to experience the world-class staff and service. Sky Bahamas, flying into more cities in the Bahamas than any other airline in the world. When it comes to the skies of the Bahamas, we simply do them better.
When I fly with Sky. Sky Bahamas.
Welcome back. We are here at the Sandyport Beaches Resorts and Hotel, and this morning, in case you haven't figured it out, We're talking about everything Sandyport. At the top of the show this morning, we promised you a heat wave, surf and swim. So time to qualify what that is all about. Heatwave is actually a store here at Sandyport. I'm sitting with its manager, Tim Revington, as well as Darian Knowles. Welcome to the show, folks. Glad to have you with us.
Good morning. Good morning.
I guess you guys need to be welcoming me here.
Well, welcome.
This is your spot. Let's talk a little bit about the Sports Center and how long it's been around and how did Heatwave Surf and Swim come about?
Okay. Sports Center's been around nearly 33 years now, actually.
That long?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we started in 1980 and started with one store, and now we have 3 stores. And we're in the Harbor Bay Shopping Center, Marathon Mall, and also we opened here in Sandyport in 2008. So we've been here a little while now, and the whole story about Heatwave is Heatwave actually is just a department of the Sports Center. And in the last 2 or 3 years, we've moved into swimwear, into sun protection products, to all the different sort of fun lifestyle equipment and games and toys and diving stuff that people use. And we kept growing in this area, and we realized that the sort of the image of Sports Center wasn't quite the correct name possibly for this type of store. So we mulled around for a few months and we came up with Heatwave. So Heatwave really is a department of Sports Center, and we've opened the first one here at Sandyport, and I think we'll probably open one more in Harbor Bay later this year.
What kind of services do you offer?
Well, Heatwave is all about fun, funky beach fashion and gear. And so we have brands such as Quicksilver, we have Roxy, we have O'Neill, Body Glove, if you know a few.
Body Glove, I know.
Yes,
yeah.
Body Glove.
I'm not a beachwear kind of guy.
Well-known brand.
Yeah.
That's a well-known brand.
And sunglasses such as Nectar, Ray-Bans, it's all about beachwear. Our gear such as stand-up paddleboards, skimboards, kiteboards, wakeboards, longboards, all the boards that you can possibly think of, we have them.
So you guys are responsible for all those boards I see moving back and forth that people have around here.
There are other people who are in paddle boards here in the country for sure, but we have got into it in quite a big way. Yeah, yeah. But we've gone a little bit further. There, we are doing surf. We are doing kiteboarding, which is becoming really quite popular. And we carry some, as Daria says, some pretty good lines. Liquid Force is a major brand that we use. Zap, Riviera paddle boards. And we've got a great guy called Chris Dunkley who works with us, and he's quite a serious instructor. He lives and breathes kiteboarding. You'll find him flying up in the sky most weekends.
Okay.
And so he's part of our team, and he gives lessons. So there's a certain seriousness to our operation as well.
So in addition to selling the products, you offer through him lessons, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Tell me about those services.
At the moment, it's kiteboarding and it's wakeboarding. Those are the two. We plan to go into rentals. And we would be giving some instruction with paddleboarding as well. Paddleboarding is a lot about balance and patience. One can give lessons in it, but it's really about practice, I think.
It's shaking your head
like it's about practice.
You don't really need a lesson for it. I mean, anyone can do it.
Yeah.
To see it seems kind of strenuous, but I think you said it takes a lot of just patience.
Just balance, just really balance. And once you get up, it's very easy to...
It's wonderful therapy.
Yeah.
I think there's a huge future for paddleboarding. And I mean, as we well know, successive governments have keep redoing the beaches. Saunders Beach is fabulous, Goodman's Bay. I mean, there are lots of facilities all over now, I think, and Bahamians are on the water much, much more, boating, swimming, etc. And the beauty of a paddleboard is there's no engines, no motors, no nothing. You have a board and you have a paddle, and you can go and enjoy the water, enjoy the seabed. You can just paddle along, look at it. It's fun and it's great. It's good. It's very good core training. You know, like the...
Some of us can use that.
Oh, some of us can. Some of us can.
Terry, I'm curious as to sort of the reaction of people when they come into the store. You know, for me, growing up, when you wanted a swimsuit or swim gear, you went to a department store. You know, everything was all contained in one. But now you have a sort of, this is a specialty store with just swimwear or swim gear or beach gear. You know, what are the reactions of people who come into the store?
I've got a few good feedbacks from some of my friends and customers saying that this is a really good store. They come in and they know exactly what they want. We have everything that you can possibly need when it comes to beachwear. So to have a store like that here in the Bahamas, I think it's a good opportunity. And I think it's just really good. So I'm proud to be a part of something like this. So.
Some folks are nervous about beachwear because it's revealing and it, you know, it can cling to you. But you know, what do you say to those folks who are coming in and not quite sure what they should get or if they should get it?
I mean, we have a large variety of swimwear. So if you're not comfortable with a two-piece, maybe try a one-piece. And like, we don't really have one-pieces that are plain. We have like really fashionable one-pieces and good quality. And so if you're not comfortable with two pieces, sorry. Yeah, we have one pieces for people who aren't comfortable with.
Excellent.
That, so.
Maybe I'll come look for like a one piece that goes from here to here.
Yeah, we do have bodysuits. We do.
But you know, a lot of people are using what they call rash guards now, and really they're very quick drying material. They're really for sun protection, and a lot of people wear those. So people aren't sort of wandering around just in the old Speedo swimsuit anymore.
That's good to know. Yeah. Folks, we're out of time in this segment. Daria, Tim, thank you very much. Rest assured, you'll see me in Heatwave, if only to look around. But you never know. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Definitely. Stay with us. We are back with our second half of the show on Bahamas Sunrise right after this.
What would VAT mean for me, a business person? To be able to collect VAT, you must be registered with the Central Revenue Agency, or CRA. Once registered, you would be given a VAT number and a VAT registration certificate, which must be displayed prominently at your place of business. Each month you would file a return with the CRA, which states how much VAT you have collected. You would then remit this amount to the government, but only after you have claimed a credit for any VAT paid on inputs in your operations. As a registered business, you may be allowed to request a refund from the government if you have paid more taxes than you have collected from your customers.
To learn more about the requirements for registration and how to register, please call the VAT hotline at 242-327-1530. Email the VAT implementation team at vat@bahamas.gov.bs or visit the government's website www.bahamas.gov.bs/VAT.
There's no place like Exuma.
With our striking, beautiful waters
and loyalist tombs
and even warmer hearts.
And there are no people like the people of Exuma.
We are the people.
We are the people.
We are the people of people to people. Exuma.
Volunteer as a people-to-people ambassador today.
At Henry F. Store Electric Company, we supply all your electric needs for any size project, from residential housing to luxury hotels. We can help you achieve just the right look, from doorbells to chandeliers, table lamps to ceiling fans, wire, conduit, panels, dimmers, switches, plugs, and even tools. And don't forget light bulbs. We have those hard-to-find, energy-saving fluorescent bulbs and more. Henry F. Store Electric, number 135 Mackie Street. Over 50 years of reliability, service, and low prices. We also ship to the Family Islands.
And now your hosts, Jerome Sawyer and Rogan Smith.
We're just ahead of the second half of our show, but before we get there, we're joined by Sarah Higgs from Guest Relations here at the resort. Sarah, good morning. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning to both of you.
And I have to tell you, welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, because this is home for you.
Yes, it is. It's a pleasure to be here. It's quite early, but it is a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Sarah, and I understand that you're the person to know here at the resort. Tell us a little bit about that. Everybody seems to know you. You know everybody?
That's right. That's correct. I am the in-house manager as well as concierge activities. The person who hugs everybody. We are here to welcome everybody from every part of the globe, and we treat everyone as a family when they come here. Our services entitles everything that they need, from dining to just hugs to showing them where to go, where to sleep, what hammock to lay under, and of course to let them know about our services out at our Chef Cleveland's bar.
Now, I've been told we'll have a lot of personal service. One of those amenities includes a personal chef service.
Oh, yes.
Of course, that caught my attention right away. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Oh, yes. You're talking about Chef Cleveland. We actually have a bar out at our pool, our back lagoon beach, as we call it, and the bar is the hot spot. And out there, that's where you'll meet Chef Cleveland. Now, he offers two services. One service is in the morning if you want breakfast. Breakfast starts at 8 in the morning. It runs until there's no more people to cook for. So if you're running a little late, it is a full breakfast, bacon, eggs, everything that you'll think about for breakfast. And you can just go right out and have a seat on our back beautiful lagoon beach and order your breakfast, and it's there.
So other than Chef Cleveland, what other dining options do you have here for the guests?
He also cooks dinner to order in the evening if you don't want to dine out. Of course, we have wonderful restaurants around Sandyport Beach Resort and the hotel. We feel that some guests just want to take it easy. So what they can do is they can contact him. They can either make arrangements in the morning, or they can contact him by a room, or either by myself, decide upon what they would like to have for dinner. They pay him, and he'll go out, shop for fresh ingredients, and prepare their meals. It includes appetizers, cocktails, and dinner starts at 6.
So what other fun activities are there? Because this is a huge property. So what are some of the activities that the guests can do once they're here?
Well, you all came to our barbecue on Tuesday. Every Tuesday we have a barbecue, and then
thank you for that.
Oh, you're so welcome. But we try here at the resort. Most of our activities include, we have massages. You can actually have a massage on our back lagoon beach. You can actually we have tennis, we have volleyball, we have table tennis. But most of the folks who come here, they're thawing out, especially now, and they just want to rest underneath a tree in a hammock. We do activities as far as outsourcing them. We can arrange any tour on the island, anywhere they want to go, from Atlantis to Harbor Island. We have dining experiences that they just would never experienced anywhere else.
Why would anyone want to go home? Personal chef, massage on the beach. This is a perfect resort.
Tranquil resort.
Most of our guests do not want to go home.
Okay.
Sarah Higgs, thank you so much for joining us. You've got a wonderful property. Keep up the good work.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
And in the second half of the show here at Sandyport Beaches Resort and Hotel, we're going to find out about the commercial complex here and how to insure yourself if you're a tenant. And of course, we're going to be finding out about the Sandyport development itself. And as promised, we're going to be popping champagne with Young's Champagne while we celebrate the resort being the recipient of the Golden Crown Award. General Manager Vernon Moss and the Ministry of Tourism's Director General David Johnson joins us in that segment.
We're certainly looking forward to that, not just because of the champagne. It's time now for the second half of the show, but before we get to all of that, let's have our second and final look at news this morning with Altaby's Munnings and weather with Godfrey Burnside.
This is ZNS News at Sunrise at the start of another week of news. Good Monday morning, Bahamas. I'm Altaby's Munnings. As always, it's great to see you. Here's what's making news today. Senators meet today to discuss a number of bills that were recently passed in the House of Assembly and are one step closer to becoming law. They include the excise tax, forestry, and tariff acts, and a bill to establish the Bahamas National Geographic Information's data system infrastructure. We encourage you to stay tuned to Parliamentary Channel 40 for live coverage of today's proceedings. Bahama resort officials expected to travel the Family Island soon to find prospective employees for their billion-dollar resort that's expected to open at the end of the year. Hotel recruiters will be meeting with high school seniors and recent graduates, as well as professionals, to discuss career opportunities, the recruitment process, and the experience of working at Bahamas. Now, potential candidates will also be invited to get an interview during these events, which are scheduled to occur on a monthly basis. Bahamas recruitment officials will visit Abaco March 27th through 29th. And the Bahamas National Spelling Bee is now history. 20 of our brightest students, representing 17 districts nationwide, competed for the opportunity to travel to Washington, D.C. to participate in the Scripps National Spelling Bee. National Spelling Bee coordinators were excited about the event, and they were even more excited about the prizes that the overall winner received. We encourage you to stay tuned to the ZNS News Network for more details on the National Spelling Bee. That's ZNS News at Sunrise. It's time now for a check on the weather at Sunrise with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Alto. On your second look at weather at Sunrise, we do have high pressure, the down weather feature, that's going to move east and make way for a cold front to move into the extreme northwest Bahamas late Tuesday night across Grand Bahama, Bimini, continue southeastwards across New Providence and to Luther by Wednesday. The outline crucial clouds to remain the week, hang around. The temperature on the warm side now will be dropping off slightly cooler by the end of the week. In your marine forecast, those winds today variable at 10 knots or less, seas less than 3 feet. But on Tuesday, those winds become south to southwest at 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet over the northwest and central Bahamas. So you'll have a caution posted over northwest central Bahamas on Tuesday. Southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands. On Wednesday, behind that cold front, those winds become north to northeast at 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet over the northwest Bahamas. Light at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Your tides. You can expect a low tide at 8:45 this morning. Your next high tide will be on 2:41 this afternoon. Low again tonight at 8:54. Sunset will be 7:23 this evening. Rises tomorrow at 7:09. UV index 8. Your water temperature is 76 degrees Fahrenheit. And your moon phase last quarter. Your extended look. We expect increasing cloudiness as the cold front moves in late tomorrow night into Wednesday morning with some showers, possible thunderstorms. Temperature Monday and Tuesday in the upper 80s. Lower 70s daytime at nighttime, and then those temperatures drop around 80 degree mark, and on Wednesday through Friday, and the upper 60s at nighttime. That puts a wrap on your final look at weather Sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to Jerome.
Well, thanks a lot, Godfrey. Joining me here on Bahamas at Sunrise, Insurance Executive Brian Moody of RMS Risk Management Solutions. He's here to talk to us about insurance this morning. Also, Neil Jones of the Sandyport Development Company will talk to us about this great mix they have of residential and commercial properties here. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Good morning, Jerome.
Sandyport is a commercial center as well as a residential property as well. What type of insurance do you suggest for owners of small to mid-sized businesses? I mean, in business, you've got so many expenses, and especially if you're a small or medium-sized business, there's so many things you've got to think about. What kind of insurance?
Absolutely, I agree with you, Jerome. Having just formed RMS myself, I'm fully familiar with all of the expenses that a small
like
business
just keeping
owner,
the lights on.
Yeah, just keeping the lights on, and of course paying rent and stuff like that. But no, really, I think what most business owners, especially if they're renting, they need to consider the liabilities, number one, in their exposure from members of the public walking into their premises, because that won't be covered, of course, by the landlord. That's really the occupier's responsibility. Along with, like you said, all of the stuff that comes along with fitting out an office or a small business. Now, whether or not that's desks and chairs, some machinery perhaps, or some inventory if you have a store, a retail store. So, but the key is to get the best advice on, because obviously you have to minimize the expenses. Right. So the idea is to spend your insurance dollar wisely and to get the most bang for that buck. And that's really where the advice that RMS can give people comes in, is making sure that they understand the pitfalls and the advantages of the various insurance contracts, making sure they understand what they're buying, and more importantly, sometimes making sure they understand what's not covered by the insurance contract.
Yeah, so advice would be certainly key. That's your first step, getting the right advice.
Absolutely.
Neil, Sandyport is known as one of the most successful residential and commercial mixed use of communities in New Providence. Certainly it has a hotel as well where we're sitting this morning. What is the acreage here overall? And I guess more importantly, what's made this mix so successful?
Well, the acreage, first of all, it's 144 acres.
You never know that driving past.
And we have probably in the region of about 450 homes, and in our commercial area we have over 70 different businesses now, which is a great success for us. I think why it's been a success, we've always offered our customers value, whether being a house, commercial property. Our commercial property, like Brian, we gave him a turnkey office. You really just had to furnish it, and he was off, and it was able which is very important with a new business. You know, that initial cost of a fit out, where you know you don't have to pay for tiles. We put all the walls in and painted it, and you basically walked in and could start. So we've always offered value with our homes as well. You can get a home with a boat dock on the water, on the canal, at great value compared to the other propositions on the island. So that's really been the key to our success. We've always offered our people value.
Brian, what advice would you give on the correct value to insure your home contents? You know, a lot of people are worried about wasting money and that kind of thing.
That's true, and a lot of people again want to minimize their insurance premium, and so what they'll do is they'll ask you, okay, if I insured my home for 200,000 or 300,000 or 400,000 or 500,000, how much would it cost? And that's really not the best way to go about it. The best way, again, to spend your premium dollar the most wisely is to establish what really the replacement cost of your home is, or the replacement cost of the contents of your home is. And then you can select various ways to minimize the premium properly. Once you establish the correct sum insured, which should be the replacement cost, not the historical cost or the depreciated cost, even although that cost is lower, it's not from the insurance contract's perspective, and sorry to mention the word contract so early in the morning, but that's not the correct way to do it. We can always reduce the premium by altering different aspects of the contract, the coverage, the deductibles, etc. But the key to making sure that contract pays in the event of a claim, which is what essentially you're buying insurance for, is to make sure that you establish the correct sums insured, which should be the replacement at today's costs.
I want to talk a little bit about rented properties. A lot of people don't think about insurance if you're in a rented property. Do you suggest taking out insurance, or should that be left up to the landlord?
Not everything can be left up to the landlord, unfortunately. As I had mentioned earlier, there are some responsibilities that come along with the person who actually occupies the property, whether or not they own or rent. So you definitely want to be looking at some form of liability cover, minimal limit of liability, but you want to protect your responsibilities to members of the public and your employees, and you also want to protect what creates value in your business, what actually derives the revenue. If that is your equipment, if it's your computer equipment, if you're a service company and it's your server, etc., or if it's a production equipment, or if it's your inventory, you need to protect that, because that's what's going to generate revenue for your business. And if you want to keep in business, you want to protect that revenue generation.
Makes a lot of sense. Good advice. Neil, are there still opportunities to rent out here?
Currently we're 100% full with our commercial space. We have a few residential places available currently. We're currently building three homes at the moment, which we'll probably look to rent. So they're basically coming on stream right now, so they're available for people to take them up. Commercially, we're planning on another 20,000 square feet here in the Old Town area, which will be our current mix is a mix of retail and service-related companies. So we're growing. It's been very successful, and we look to expand.
Neil, we've spoken about sort of what's happening and I guess your short-term plans, and I want to talk about some future developments here at Sandyport, some of the things that you're looking to do in the future.
We have a 12-acre site which is right here in the resort area, and we're looking, because of the success of our hotel, we're looking to expand our hotel. We think we have one of the best sites left available here on New Providence. We're looking to possibly add between 100 and 200 rooms to our current building. So we're very excited about that. We have a great product here already, and we look to do that in the future.
Gentlemen, unfortunately, you know, we could talk about these things all day, but we're out of time. Brian, Neil, thank you so much for stopping by this morning. Doing a great job here at Sandyport.
Thank you very much.
So much going on, and it seems to be all running very succinctly and successfully, so we want to congratulate you on that.
Thank you very much.
Brian, great advice this morning on insurance, a lot to think about. It's one of those things that I think people leave at the end of the checklist, whether it be, for business or home ownership. Insurance sometimes is the last thing we think about, but certainly should be high up on the list.
Thank you, Jerome.
Well, thank you so much for coming, gentlemen.
Thank
you very much. We've enjoyed having you. And we will be back on Bahamas at Sunrise right after this quick commercial break.
Mr. Turner is in a rush for a chance he doesn't want to miss. With over 14 destinations to choose from, you can see why he's so eager to experience the world-class staff and service. Sky Bahamas, flying into more cities in the Bahamas than any other airline in the world. When it comes to the skies of the Bahamas, we simply do them better.
When I fly with Sky. Sky Bahamas.
So, you still need a reason to pay excise taxes? Okay, how about $20 million? The Treasury loses $20 million each year due to illegal tobacco products. That's money that could have been used to fix roads, build schools, and pay for hospitals, things we all need. So here's how you can do your part. Whenever you buy tobacco products, make sure they have the Bahamas Excise Tobacco stamp on their cartons. That tells you that the excise tax has been paid and the company selling them is registered with the government. If there's no stamp, don't buy it. After all, it's your duty and possibly your health at risk. We're celebrating this morning, and Sandyport Beach Resort and Hotel certainly has something to celebrate. It's the recipient of the prestigious Gold Crown Award.
And joining us in this segment is the Director General from the Ministry of Tourism, David Johnson. Also, the resort's General Manager, Vernon Moss, is back here with us. And the owner of Young's Champagne, Laura Young. Laura, we've been eagerly anticipating your arrival this morning, but welcome to you all. Welcome to here at Bahamas at Sunrise. Vernon, let's start with you. Let's talk about this award first, and what this Gold Crown Award means, and how much weight does it carry regionally?
It carries a lot of weight, Jerome. RCI has 5,000 properties around the world. Of those 5,000, 1,000 is a Gold Crown properties, and the Bahamas is 3 properties, and Sandyport is proud to be one of those properties, Gold Crown.
Dr. General Johnson, what does this mean for tourism as a whole?
Firstly, we'd like to congratulate Sandyport. For us, too often, we in the tourism sector fail to appreciate the contribution timeshare resorts make to stabilize tourism. The most successful tourism destinations in the world have a large component of timeshare or fractional ownership. And it does 2 things. It takes away the seasonality. It ensures repeat visitors, and 2, where there's ownership, there's an even closer bond to the destination. And the fact that they are delivering the type of service that these repeat visitors are saying they're very pleased, that means that they're doing a good job. And it's good for our industry. So we like to see more of it. And again, we want to congratulate you and your team. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And what better way to celebrate than with Young's Champagne?
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got a few questions for Laura Young. She's the proprietor of Young's Champagne. I've heard and seen a lot about Young's Champagne, yet you're fairly new to this market.
Yes, we are. My husband and I started the company around 2.5 years ago, primarily as a distribution company. We started out in Champagne, from the Champagne region of France, specializing in really small and unique houses. Our largest house, which is Henriot, they produce 1.5 million bottles. But then our smallest house produces 50,000 bottles. So we like really unique products. And then we moved into the Burgundy region of France for wine, as well as the Italian. And yeah, but also want to congratulate Sandyport. We love being here. It's fantastic. A lot of their guests are clients of ours. So it's really wonderful to see their hard work be rewarded.
Mm-hmm. And I've seen your Sandyport showroom. It's gorgeous. So do you have tastings there?
Yeah, we have tastings regularly. We email our clients who are on our mailing list, and we open bottles of, we go from the small producers that produce, the 50,000 bottles of rosé. Then you have like Blanc de Blanc. So we have over 23 different types of champagnes, and then over 60 wines that you can try. And we like to do it very intimate. That's our philosophy, intimate and personal.
And do you have any Family Island clients, or most of your clients from New Providence? Where do they come from?
No, most of our clients are here in Nassau, but we've grown our market a lot over the past 2 years. So now we're in Harbor Island, Exumas, Eleuthera, and Andros as well.
And what's the criteria for the wines and champagnes that you choose for your collection? How do you go about that?
My husband and I travel every single year. That's really important to us because we like to have that personal relationship with our producers. Again, they're all really small, family run, family owned, and they really care about the quality of the product, and they have a story to tell. And a lot of our producers, I guess you could say, are the underdogs because they don't have the mass marketing budgets. So that's, I guess you could say, family run, family owned, and just really high in quality so that, the Bahamians can enjoy it as if you're drinking it in France.
And what are some of the top sellers?
Definitely Henriot. Henriot is actually one of the top champagnes in the world. Again, you wouldn't really know because of the lack of marketing, but that's something we like to push, and we're very proud to carry them. Bouchard Père-Fils, which is one of our wine producers, as well as a really small producer called Jacques Cousson. They're a fantastic winemaker, and we're really proud to have them as well.
Sounds like you need a lesson in pronunciation.
Just trust me,
French
it took me a while. My husband, thank goodness, speaks French. My husband speaks French, and I had to learn a little bit. But yeah, no, wine can be very snobby, and my husband and I really like to make you feel that, comfortable, and that it's not something that you can't, learn about or obtain. Yeah.
What personalization services do you offer for special occasions? Say if I'm having my reception or whatever else.
Yeah, so we're really fortunate. One of our
yeah, and you're invited.
Yeah, one of our champagne houses, Charles Elner, another top champagne. They're fantastic. They have actually allowed us to personalize their champagne. So Will and I and our general manager are able to print in-house labels. So you can put anything on them. We design them in-house. We like a 2-week notice just so we can go back and forth with you, so you can really, have a real input on what your label says, but we customize it for you.
Personalized champagne.
Yes, yes, a nice touch.
Jerome's Brew.
It won't be a big seller, I promise you.
Well, all of this talk about celebrations, I think it's a great time for us to celebrate. Laura, I'm going to let you do the honors. This has been a segment that's really been two-tier. We're celebrating great sound. We're celebrating the achievement of the hotel, and certainly what better way to do it than with Young Champagne. And so this morning is a very special morning for us here at Sandyport, and certainly, David, I'm sure the ministry is very, very proud of this achievement. So, yeah.
Now, in the last segment, I said I don't drink, and now I'm going to have to go back on my word just for this time. Just for this time.
You can smell it.
Oh, I'll taste this one.
And
Salud. Cheers.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you.
To Sandyport.
Thank you.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back with the wrap after this break.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence, every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want first response on your side, call 32FIRST or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First response can't prevent an accident from happening,
But it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
At Henry F. Story Electric Company, we supply all your electric needs for any size project, from residential housing to luxury hotels. We can help you achieve just the right look, from doorbells to chandeliers, table lamps to ceiling fans, wire, conduit, panels, dimmers, switches, plugs, and even tools. And don't forget light bulbs. We have those hard-to-find energy-saving fluorescent bulbs and more. Henry F. Story Electric, number 135 Mackley Street. Over 50 years of reliability, service, and low prices. We also ship to the Family Islands.
I'm not big on cliches, but you know they say all good things must
come to an end.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
We're wrapping up.
We're wrapping. I really appreciate the barbecue you guys put on for us last night, Sandyport, so thank you so much for that. And I had the most exquisite company last night, so I appreciate that, Jerome.
You know, this morning we learned so much about this resort. I think one of the things that's so intriguing to me is that it's sat here for so long and you drive by and you have really no idea. So hopefully folks will have gotten an opportunity to see what is here, what's available, and certainly take advantage of it. A lot of times we live in the Bahamas and we have no idea what great things we have to offer.
Absolutely, and if you want to get away from the hustle and bustle, this is absolutely the perfect place to come. It's almost like a family island resort, and so I love that aspect of it.
And my favorite time to eat. So there are lots of places
Not
to
drink?
eat, lots of places
And
to shop. Sandyport is the place for all of that.
Absolutely. But thanks so much, and that's a wrap for us here at Sandyport Resorts.